keep seeing is that God keeps death on a short leash. When Adam and Eve sinned in the garden, we were told that the price of our sin would be death, would enter the world, and we'd have to deal with it. But God has said, I won't make you deal with it alone. I will keep death on a short leash. My dog, growing up, Cotton Ball, was the cutest little West Highland White Terrier, little fluffy thing. She was sweet, but West Highland White Terriers are bred for hunting. So when there was an animal in our yard, she stopped being sweet and she became a force for death. If she happened to corner a critter, it would not end well for said critter. One time she got a hold of a rabbit and made kind of a mess. I decided to keep Cotton Ball in a leash in our yard after that, because even though she was in our yard and it was fenced in and she couldn't get that very far, if she got off her leash, I'd have to clean up more messes. But what I noticed was, when she would get to the end of her leash, the squirrels would hang out just an inch past that. Because squirrels are jerks. And so they would find exactly where she could get, exactly where, if she pulled with all her might, the very furthest her nose could go, and they would sit themselves right here. The squirrels weren't brave, they just knew math. If I sit here, the dog can't get me. No matter how bad the dog wanted to go all around the yard and eat these squirrels, she could not go a millimeter further than this leash allowed. And when a force of death can't reach you, no matter how hard it tries, it becomes a lot less scary. And I didn't put my dog on a leash because I loved and wanted to save squirrels. I did it because I didn't want to have to deal with cleaning up the dog again. So how much more are we safe with God if He does love us and does want to save us? And His top priority has always been to save us from death. And He loves us so much He even went to a cross. And though we have not deserved His kindness, He has protected us from all the devil wanted to do to us. And there was an enemy that wanted to kill us, but God has only allowed him for a time and for a purpose. Cancer diagnosis brings us into the treatment facility. We think God must have abandoned us. No, He's kept death on a leash for a time and for a purpose. And in that hospital, we get to share our faith with others. We get to make disciples, and we get to bring life into a place full of death, light into a place full of darkness. And in our pain, we will understand what Jesus faced and how much He loves us and all He has healed us from. With every attempt to destroy us, the enemy will only destroy himself by showing how weak he is, because Jesus has tight reins on the enemy. In Revelation chapter 20, John says, I saw an angel coming down out of heaven, having the key to the abyss and holding in his hand a great chain. He seized the dragon, that ancient serpent who is the devil or Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years, and he threw him into the abyss, and he locked and sealed it over him. And Satan is not only on a short leash, he is in a prison, and the abyss is not his domain, it is his jail cell. And the devil is not in control. Jesus is sinless, and death has no claim on us. 1 Corinthians 15 declares, He has beaten death, and where, O death, is your victory? Where, O death, is your sting?